Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Long Rest. I'm Logan,
And I'm Brandon.
and today we're continuing our class videos. This time we're bringing you the Rogue.
Zarog.
So, tell me all about the Rogue.
They are your go-to sneaky class. They are your hidden, utility-based, super skillful class. Though I think everybody really knows what a rogue is out there. They're going to use the environment. They're going to be the ones searching for traps. They're going to be the one hiding in the shadows, and they use that element of surprise to, surprise sneak attack their enemy and gain that advantage, whether it be that find that weak spot or just put the dagger in the right spot of the ribs to fulfill more of that rolling energy that we all love.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Nothing is more fun than a Rogue, honestly, in my
Yeah.
opinion. They are a great class to play for a little bit of utility and a heck of a lot of subterfuge.
Yeah.
So, with that, we have brought to you a rogue named Rouge.
Rouge.
Don't get the spelling wrong. Rouge is a goblin. So, we will be building out Rouge, the rogue goblin, as we go along for this class video, which means we are a level 1 rogue.
Yes.
What are our starting abilities, starting proficiencies?
So our starting proficiencies are, we'll start first with our hit dice, which we will be
course.
right at a D8. We are on the lower end. And that's because you kind of get the ability to really dance around the battlefield. So HP doesn't have to be quite as high because you have the mobility and the potential to get around there.
Yeah, no kidding. You definitely don't need to be a frontline fighter because more than anything, you're going to be getting in, attacking, and getting out.
Yeah.
So you got a D8 to at least give you a little bit of hit points, but you're better than a wizard, not as good as a fighter.
And then falling down to our saving throw proficiencies, we have dexterity and intelligence are our two.
So under the intelligence saving throw, we're going to give ourselves the proficiency mark. And then under dexterity, proficiency throw, or proficiency in the saving throws as well.
And this is when you really start to feel how proficient of a class this is. So as we fall down into the skill proficiencies, we get to pick 4 out the gate.
Much more than the classic 2.
Yeah. So we get to choose between acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, perception, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to work backwards from what you said because that's in my memory.
Yep.
Stealth is an obvious one. We have to go stealth.
Yeah.
And sleight of hand. Rouge is rather crafty and going to be stealing from a lot of pockets. So we're going to do sleight of hand and stealth. And then perception, head on a swivel at all times.
Okay.
And then investigation is going to be a very
Ooh,
beneficial ability. That way you can check for traps or whatever you need to investigate.
Yeah.
Search bodies that you leave behind.
Very true.
Menacingly.
So that falls us down to weapon proficiencies, which we automatically get all simple weapons.
Yes.
And then we get martial weapons that have the finesse or light property, which, if I'm not mistaken, are 3. And that would be rapier, scimitar, and a whip. Are those 3 in the martial?
So you said light / finesse?
Well, yeah, all of light weapons, and then martial weapons that have the light or the finesse property to them.
Perfect. What kind of armor proficiencies do rogues
We are
get?
staying right at the light. Light
Just
armor
at
only.
the light armor.
Yeah, which won't be an issue.
No, not at all. Do they get proficiency in shields?
They do not.
They do not.
No.
So-
But they do, unlike many classes in 2024, they do start out with the tool proficiency.
Ooh,
So they
okay.
do get that nice thieves tool out the gate.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are going to be the go-to.
And can you choose from other tools, or is it just
No,
thieves?
it is going to be just the thieves tool.
Hey.
It's thematic, really putting you in a niche here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was going to say, let's corner you right in the market of lock picking.
Yes.
But, I mean, also at the same time,
Yeah, you want it.
yeah, you really do as a rogue.
Lastly, you will have your starting equipment, which hopefully in your session 0, leading up to this point, you are talking with your dungeon master and figuring out where in the settings this fits for you. So are you picking from the book, picking something else? You have the open gambit to grab whatever you want, or maybe the DM says, hey, you can start with like 1 weapon and that's it. We're going to work into it, whatever that may be. But from the player's handbook, you have 2 choices. You either start with a leather armor leather armor, 2 daggers, a short sword, a short bow with 20 arrows, a quiver, and thieves' tools, plus a burglar pack and 8 gold pieces. Or you get 100 gold pieces, and then you can fulfill those needs, so be it, from the book and its resources.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. That leads us right into our ability scores.
yes, right into our ability scores. And I
Yeah.
mean, well, it's plain and simple, folks. So, I mean, this is one that you don't really ever. No one will say you never. You will. There will be people out there that would love to play rogue in some other fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Not putting Dex as your number one is going to be hurtful
That's
to
a
your
bold
soul.
move, Cotton.
To your soul. Yeah.
Yeah, so with our standard array, that means we're starting off with 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. The 15 is going to dexterity, so that's going to be our score. That modifier is going to be a +2. So since we have a proficiency bonus of a +2 as well, that means our saving throw is going to be a +4. I'm going to hold off on filling out the rest for more reasons that we will touch on shortly.
I kind of like not going Constitution next.
Yeah, I kind of felt that same way. I figured one of the like mental skills.
Intelligence or wisdom.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you kind of get to like, so are you, at this point, is your character going to be someone that's more perceivable, or is it going to be someone that's more investigationable? Like, I know that those aren't necessarily words. I'm just, in my mind, that's how I always look at it.
No.
Is this somebody that I'm looking from afar and trying to gauge things all the time, or am I up close and personal and I'm searching through everything? I'm hands-on all the time.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a power gamer. I like to optimize my stats, and I just know
You don't
that
say.
wisdom is a more common saving throw that you'll be having to make. Intelligence, unless you're facing like a mind flayer, really few and far between. So I'm going to err on the side of caution and say wisdom is going to be more important. Plus,
This guy.
you know, let's put a story behind here. Rouge is a goblin rogue. He's a misfit. He's got to have his head on a swivel at all times. He's got to be good at perceiving things. He doesn't care about looking at the finer details and investigating. He needs to get the whole picture all at once, so that way he knows all the moving parts.
Yeah. The local guild.
Power Gamer explained.
Yeah. The local guild of blood scarves are really out for him. So, makes sense.
So we're going to put a 14 in his wisdom score, and then that makes his modifier a +2. So we're just going to put a +2 as his saving throw. That would probably leave us into Constitution as our next one.
Yeah.
You still don't want to dump it. And if you have any kind of ability modifier from your background or even
Your
a
racial
+1
stuff.
feat that you pick on later, it can round out that 13 into a 14, and it's going to massively jump up your hit points. So we're going to put 13 in Constitution, and that makes our modifier a +1. Same with the saving throws. Now we get a +12. Strength really isn't too crazy important unless you're going for some kind of thematic or certain like pinhole of what your rogue is trying to be. Strength is probably not what you're going to try.
Right. And I kind of like going into intelligence here. You know, our rogue he's quick, but he's also well enough. He's street smart and he's book smart at the same time. Like, he's been around a little bit. He might be small, he might be green, but he's mean. You know?
Absolutely. Plus, you do have those saving throw proficiencies, so it's going to make those a little bit better. And you still want to investigate things. You want to check for traps. You want to search for loot. So it's probably better that you don't dump that one. With 12 out of the way, that leaves us 10 and 8. Are we stronger or are we more charismatic? Just off the rip, I don't think a rogue goblin is going to be very charismatic.
That's fair.
So
I like it.
He's got little ropey muscles. Let's give his strength score a 10, which means his modifier is a 0. So saving throw is 0 plus athletics also going to be a 0. And then charisma is going to be that 8. So everything for this is going to be a -1, which means saving throws, deception, intimidation, performance, and persuasion, all -1s. That is what is a good setup for your ability scores. It's just a recommendation. Do with it what you please.
Yeah.
Sprinkle them throughout your character. But hey, here's a good starting point for Rouge the Rogue Goblin.
Absolutely. If you are going to be multi-classing in or out of a rogue, you do need to have a 13 in your dexterity.
You sure do.
So
Yeah.
just for words of wisdom, if you're having to stick to it, some DMs, including myself, I'm not really particular in following that rule exactly. I like the idea of just being able to multi-class in. Roast me for it, but it is what it is. So, if I'm not mistaken, that takes us right in to level 1.
Level 1. Your very first feature that you're going to get is called Expertise. That's the main reason I didn't fill out the proficiencies on the character sheet there, just because what Expertise does is you get to pick 2 of your proficiencies, and you get to double your proficiency bonus for them.
Yeah.
So this is just at level 1. It does get better later on, so hold tight. But what that means is for our proficiency bonus, it's going to be a +2. We have proficiency in sleight of hand, stealth, investigation, and perception. What are things that we want Rouge the Rogue Goblin to be better at? I told you his head's on a swivel, so I'm not just going to power game it. That perception is going to be his expertise, so I'll just draw a little box around this saying he's got expertise in perception, which is going to make that ability, that modifier there, a +6 right out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dang good. No matter what level you are, a +6 to any ability, pretty sick.
Yeah.
So then carrying that over into the leftover expertise that we have, man, I would really lean hard towards stealth just because, again, power gamer. But I'm going to say this one's going to be more fun, sleight of hand.
And I even say, like, I wouldn't agree that it would seem power gaming. In the grand scheme of things, the whole mechanic of a rogue is to be able to be stealth.
True.
I don't think it's power gaming because
Yeah.
your sneak attack, which you will also get at level 1, is predominantly reliant on that as well.
Yeah.
So,
But we're going to go with sleight
I
of
won't
hand
beat you
because I
up too
feel like
much.
he likes to steal shiny things.
sure.
So that means we have expertise in sleight of hand. And so that modifier is going to be a +6. So acrobatics, stealth, actually stealth is going to be a +4, sorry. Acrobatics is a +2. And while I'm stopping here, I'll go through and fill out the rest of these. We didn't do any expertise in intelligence saving throws. So that means Arcana is a +1. So is history, nature, and religion. We do have that proficiency in investigation. So that's going to be a +3 right there. In terms of wisdom, we get a +2 to animal handling, insight, medicine, and survival. And then our perception is that +6 right there. So that fills our level 1 stats out for Rouge the Rogue Goblin.
Rouge the Rogue. Also level 1, we are getting that sneak attack.
Yes.
Here's your bread and butter
Yep.
of the class. When it comes to battle, you're going to enjoy the handfuls of weights that you're going to lift in your hand and roll.
Oh,
eventually.
yeah.
So the rules about sneak attack. In order to gain this sneak attack exploit, if you will, once per turn you can deal it. So that damage is dependent upon your level. So every odd level, you will gain an extra d6. So for example, at level 1, it's 1d6. And then at level 3, it'll grow to 2d6. At level 5, it'll grow to 3d6. Level 4, 4d6. Or excuse me, level
5.
7, it'll be 4d6, and so on and so forth. Until you reach 19, which you get all the way up to 10d6 damage. In order to be able to roll this extra dice, you will have to have advantage on a range throw, and you'd have to be using a finesse or ranged weapon. So being able to pop into stealth, advantage maybe from a guiding bolt, something along those lines, working with your party, in those regards. On the flip side, if you're in the melee aspect, if you're up close and personal and you have an ally within 5 feet of the enemy, as so long as they aren't incapacitated or unconscious, they're causing that distraction, you gain it in that regard. So you gain your sneak attack in that regard. You, like I said, once per turn. It's not like it's a limited per day or anything, but this is where you can really start to pop out that damage.
Yeah. You mentioned that as long you can have sneak attack as long as you do not have disadvantage, correct?
I did not mention that yet.
Okay,
no.
Cool. So as long as you don't have disadvantage, I'll restate it, you can have the sneak attack. If you have disadvantage on that roll in any form, even if you have advantage from something else or an ally's within 5 feet, you're up the creek without a paddle.
Yeah.
You're going to have to figure out a way around it, or you just don't get sneak attack for that round.
Correct.
Most importantly is it does specify once per turn.
Yes.
So say you miss on your attack or your offhand attack. Opportunity attacks also work. If one of your allies has an ability that procs an attack from you as well, like a battle master, if they command you to attack, you can use it then. But it is just that once per turn. So sadly, you cannot hit them on your regular attack, get the sneak attack, and then come around for an opportunity attack and hit them again.
Yeah.
But
could be an issue in the long run. It'd be a lot of damage popping out.
It really would. And you're going to do that regardless, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, nothing feels more satisfying as you start gaining levels in Rogue and you hold all the D6s in your hand, and it's just this massive Yahtzee jumbo of dice that you get to throw on the table and count up. So, and teach people how bad you are at math.
Yeah, true.
Now that we got sneak attack, our main point, some extra flavor that you do get at level 1 is you do get Thieves' Cant. What that is basically a rogue exclusive language that you can use to communicate to other thieves, rogues, guilds, whatever, leave messages for people, anything in between. Truly, at the end of the day, that's a lot of flavor. It just is an extra way, just kind of like how druids get druidic as a language, and they're the only people. These are the only people that have Thieves' Cant. Helps you pass along secret messages, or maybe get a little bit of extra information from a barkeep that also is keen to Thieves' Cant. So, really, that's a feature that I would touch base with your DM and just kind of see how important it would be. And if you like it that much, ask him to make it important.
Yeah,
Simple
absolutely.
as that. Yeah,
a simple request.
Yeah, because it really can make you stand out in a lot of different situations.
Yeah.
You know, you can go get a drink from a bar and have what appears to be a normal conversation to any outside influence, but to you and that barkeep, you are asking for like, a job that they need to get done,
a hit
or
list.
Yeah,
Something like
hidden loot,
Yeah.
Potential treasure, anything in between, or even potential enemies. You
Yeah.
know, it's a great little flavor thing that I would love to get worked into the game.
Yeah, and there's so many different possibilities for it. So if that's something that interests you, don't be afraid to be like, hey DM, I really do like this aspect of Rogue, and I don't know if I've ever been able to experience this yet. Can we try to incorporate this in? I think it'd be very fun.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your DM would be like, oh sure. You know, if you got any ideas, throw it to him or her, and let come up with it.
Yeah.
Brainstorm.
Absolutely.
As well on level 1, you also do get weapon proficiencies too.
Weapon masteries.
Weapon masteries,
Yes.
excuse me.
You are proficient in simple and
you
martial.
are proficient.
Yes.
But no, you get weapon masteries. So you do get 2 weapon masteries again, which you can change on a long rest. One of them on a long rest every morning. So there's always that nice little additive to your weapon choice every day. But with that takes us right to level 2.
Yeah. Level 2, you get another huge feature to the Rogue. That's going to be your Cunning Action. Cunning Action is what allows you to really up your action economy. What it does is, as a bonus action, you can take the dash, disengage, or hide actions as a bonus action.
Yeah, that's a bonus action.
So super huge, because the only other class that can do that is the monk, and they have to spend resources to be able to do so.
Good. But no, this is very important. Now you can use your bonus action to hide, and then work your way into your attack on your action to give yourself advantage, hopefully to gain a sneak attack. So now you have parameters of how you're able to successfully find that sneak attack damage that you yearn for. So it's important.
Exactly. It also gives you that opportunity to get into combat and get out with the disengage action.
Yeah.
Or if you need to catch up to somebody.
You boogie.
Yeah, exactly. With the dash action and the dash bonus action plus your standard movement speed, you are outpaced by none other than the monk.
And and depending on what race you are too, you might not have a 30, you might have a 35 or 40 foot movement speed.
Very possibly.
Yeah, you could be cooking.
Yeah, and then look at the speedy feat, and you are more than cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're cooking with gas.
Your name is now Barry White instead of
Rouge the Rogue Goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on to the thought process of Cunning Action, because that feature only gets better as you level up. But
so
we are leveling up.
And we hit level 3.
Yes.
So we're now at the glorious subclass level. We'll touch on them here. So the rogue subclass options in 2024 are the Arcane Trickster, Assassin, Soul Knife, and Thief. Now, in a later video, we are going to cover all those more specifically. As we looked them over, we really like them. There's a lot of I really like them, so I think they're really good choices.
I have personally played the Arcane Trickster Rogue,
Yeah.
the 2024 version, and it was great. I wouldn't say it's the best subclasses they have. That's obviously Soul Knife.
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna say, I think there's one above the rest.
no kidding. It really does stand out, especially because Thief and Assassin are more of your classic traditional rogue. Still absolutely
Yeah.
good, but they
Yeah.
just, they're more run of the mill as opposed to,
The Flavor Town.
yeah.
Because I mean, like
Town.
Assassin. I mean, Assassin is a phenomenal class. I mean, you will have the damage output if you want to be able.
Insane.
If you want to be able to just go, oh yeah, I hit for 100.
Yep.
Like you have that potential to say that in a long-term game.
Yes.
You just don't get that nice flavor backstory, that lore that comes with a Soul Knife. You know that
Yeah.
you're able to embed into your backstory. That you're like, yeah, this runs deep.
Yep.
You know.
Absolutely. But don't forget, level 3, not just are you getting your subclass feature, but you're also getting Steady Aim. Steady Aim is another great use of your bonus action. What you can do does have a caveat. So long as you have not moved that turn, you can take your bonus action to give yourself advantage on the attack. That means your movement is 0 for that entire turn until the start of your next turn. You can't move, you're locked down. You can't move prior to the attack either, but you have advantage. So you're going to be able to proc that sneak attack even if you didn't have advantage prior. So it's super beneficial for the ranged characters.
Yeah.
Because you can kind of stay in one spot in the back and just pick people off one by one with advantage every single time, no matter who or where they are. Or if you are locked into that melee combat and there's no way for you to get advantage, there you go. You got it right there. But I personally wouldn't put myself in that situation.
No, but I mean that is a very nice caveat. Like
Yeah.
being able to be in that melee situation and go, well, I'm locked down.
Yeah.
And I can't move. And typically you'd just be kind of SOL'd. You'd be like, well, there's no allies around me.
Yep.
I guess I'm just going to be hitting with a 1d4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now at least you do get something.
Yeah.
That is really cool. I think it's a very nice change.
It is. And I do think there's a lot of possibilities in the melee aspect of it regardless, because it's probably not uncommon for a rogue to be in a one-on-one situation.
Yeah,
Just
true.
because that is who the character is. They're probably going to be the one wandering off alone
Yeah.
and getting in trouble with the guard and
Oh, yeah,
having to
let's be
get
honest.
themselves out. Yeah. They're probably going to have to get themselves out in the most violent way that has to have some kind of cover up or, get out of town that next morning kind of situation.
And I think this is a very good factor that I feel like we kind of miss a lot in D&D, is that this is a very prominent advantage, but then a very strong disadvantage.
Yeah.
Not being able to move until the start of your next turn means you are really giving up a lot here for this advantage. How much is it worth to you?
Yeah.
You do have to make a choice.
Absolutely.
Because it really could backfire.
Yeah.
Hopefully that extra 2d6 at this level means something,
Yeah.
you know? And I like that. I like the strong pros and cons.
Yeah.
Not
Absolutely.
everything always has to be a pro. It is nice to have a weakness. And
You
I
have to have
like
a give
that.
and take.
I like that there's a weakness to that.
Yeah, me too.
To level 4?
Level 4, classically, ability score increase and or feat. Pick whichever one you want to go with. Make a good choice, because you don't get to do it again until you get level 8. But at the end of the day, this is just going to keep helping your rogue get a little bit more powerful, maybe a little bit better at
Pump
something.
that dexterity up.
Yeah.
You want
Max out dexterity, give yourself a good feat like speedy, or I've never really thought about a rogue with sentinel, but that would be kind of nasty, honestly. Like being able to lock people down and then
especially
run away.
with this
Yeah.
change, as we'll get into in this next level. Absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be pretty wild. So that'd be kind of fun.
Next time we play together in our other game, we'll both play. We're going to play twin rogue brothers that both take sentinel.
Yes.
And we're going to drive our DM crazy.
Yes, that's
If
the
you
key
watch
right there.
this at home, you know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what's coming.
Absolutely.
So up to level 5, we get Cunning Strike.
You sure do.
This is a very cool change. So at level 5, when you deal a sneak attack damage, you can add one of the following Cunning Strike effects. Each effect does have a die cost, which that die cost is your sneak attack damage. So a very cool kind of pool of usage here. And you forgo the dice to cause the effect. So we're at level 5, we would have 3d6 of damage. So say as we get into this, the very first one is called Poison, and it costs 1d6. You would remove 1d6 of the damage pool if you wanted to make this effect happen, and you'd roll your d4, say you with a dagger, plus 2d6, and then that other d6 instead of damage, and you now get this effect.
Yep.
Hopefully I explained that clear enough. If not, feel free to comment, and we will do our best. So at this level, we gain 3 effects. We do get the Poison, which you add a toxin to, say, your blade, and they have to make a Constitution saving throw. And on a failed saving throw, that target is poisoned for an entire minute. And at the end of its turns, it does get to repeat the save. The caveat to this one is you do have to have a Poisoner's Kit on your said person in order to affect that potential. Another option is Trip, which also costs 1d6. If the target is large or smaller, it has to succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. Beautiful. Or you get Withdrawal, which this is a fan favorite. It costs 1d6, and immediately after using an attack, you move up to half your speed without provoking opportunity attacks. Again, being able to like get in there, pop somebody with a nice little bit of damage, and just get out of town. Being able to just move 20 feet or 15 feet and then still use your bonus action to dash or whatever needed you. Very cool aspect. I really like this.
Yeah,
I
that's
really
where my
do.
head was going. Is it frees up your bonus action to not have to spend it on disengage?
Yeah,
Instead, you can dash to get even further away from enemies because they're not going to be able to keep up with your movement speed more than likely. And then on top of that, if you cannot get outside of their movement speed, hopefully, at the best, you can at least hide behind something.
absolutely.
And then give yourself advantage from attacking from a sneak hidden position.
This is a very good job of, I think, one thing that a lot of classes struggle with is within your action economy, it's really leveling the playing field between your action, your bonus action, like movement.
Yeah.
Where sometimes it feels very static. And it's like, okay, well, I have my action. I'm not going to move because I'm already here in this position.
Yep.
This feels so much more dynamic in the aspect of like, I can do so many things. Every single time it's my turn, you can't predict what I'm going to do.
Yeah. You're absolutely right because many other classes, once you are up in combat, you're just attacking and your bonus action is, already spent doing something else, or there's just not a useful bonus action to do.
Correct.
There's always something to be done as a rogue.
Yes.
It's better in your position, dealing damage and then doing some kind of utility on the field there. So
very cool.
Yeah. I like rogues at the end of the day. I think they're such a fun class. So, but we're not done yet. We're still only level 5, man.
And we have more because we get Uncanny Dodge.
But wait, there's more.
So when attacker sees, when attacker that you see hits you with an attack roll, you can use reaction to immediately take half the damage.
Mm-hmm.
It goes without. I love that. I think it's a very, very fun class feature. You have to use reaction to do it, so you are, giving a little bit here, but you get stuck in the wrong position and you go, dang, this guy's, big bad evil guy hits you with a solid, flaming great sword of death. And you go, well, I can at least take half that damage, on the first strike.
Also negate a crit, whatever you need,
Yeah.
It is definitely one of those things where it can turn around to bite you. You could spend it early on in that turn, use your reaction to have the damage for 14 points of damage. And you're like, oh, sweet, I only take 7. And then they crit that in their very next attack, and you go, cool.
Yeah.
That was useless.
Yeah. Hey, but at the end of the day, 1 hit point makes a difference.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
So,
you're not wrong.
it does.
So.
Go ahead, take us up to 6.
Yeah, level 6, really not much is happening for the
Okay.
rogue. It's just one of those kind of levels where roll hit dice and wait.
We do get level 6 is another level of expertise. It is not listed in the book on itself.
Oh, you're so right. Yes,
but it is another level of expertise.
Yeah, and on that is you get to pick 2 more.
Yes,
Isn't that
sir.
correct? Yeah. So those starting proficiencies and or your background proficiencies or proficiency you've picked up along the way.
Yeah.
You can dive into those deeper and get expertise.
2 more.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have 4, right?
Yeah, 100%.
4 expertise
Yep.
at level 6.
So that would take care of if you just wanted to dive headfirst into your starting proficiencies. Now you could have proficiency in sleight of hand, stealth, acrobatics, and perception. Whatever you need, it's just going to help you really succeed at what you do.
Yeah, because at level 6, we're at a +3 proficiency bonus. So you're at a +6 from your expertise plus
Bare
whatever
minimum.
your ability score
Yeah.
is. You know, so I mean, you could be already hitting a +10 or more at level 6
Yeah.
on a check. So that's pretty nice.
Very easy. With that, we do go
Yeah.
into level 7. Easily one of the best rogue abilities. One of the best abilities across the entire game.
Absolutely.
Evasion. Anytime you're subject to a dexterity saving throw, you can just take half damage if you fail,
Mm-hmm.
or if you succeed, you take no damage at all. Riddle me this, Batman.
Yeah.
You're standing in the middle of the radius of the fireball, and you succeed on your dexterity saving throw, and now you get 0 damage.
I'm dancing around that fire flames.
Yeah, it really doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I love it. I distinctly remember there was a time where we were fighting a Remoraz, and you had me grappled, and I had the evasion feature, and you were trying to hit me with a lightning breath. And no matter what I did, I succeeded every single throw. I succeeded every single time.
Let me tell you, I think I had him grappled for three-ish rounds.
Yeah,
And I missed. He succeeded on his saving throws every single time.
yeah.
And so I just couldn't do any damage to him.
It was incredible.
And I just kept trying, and the rest of the party ended up,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It was Remoraz
And it's so goofy
in the
because
mountains.
at the end of the day, you are, for no reason, are you tanking this damage, but you absolutely are.
It was wild.
Yeah.
Gosh, I just struck a core memory with me.
Yeah, oh yeah. I
Golly.
know that's exactly a core member for me because it was so early on when we started playing. But,
Yeah.
Um,
I can remember when I really realized this was when I first listened to Critical Role and I heard Vax, somebody would get smoked with something, and then he's just like, succeeding and not taking any damage, and like other people are falling.
yeah.
And in the grand scheme of things, because it's a lot of dexterity saving throws in like dragon fights,
Any fight.
he's like 75% HP, and everybody else is like 20, besides Grog, but like 25% or lower,
yeah.
and it is not to be slept on.
No.
It's a very, very cool thing. So
Between evasion and uncanny dodge, it actually gives the rogue more staying power in the midst of combat. It's okay to be in the thick of things and not have to get all the way back out. So
yeah, and just to make sure we're clear on it too, this isn't like the uncanny dodge to where you have to use a reaction to do it.
it's just every time.
Yeah, it's just when you're subject to a saving throw
Yeah.
in that regard. So if you did have if your DM's got you against a wall here and just dexterity throws after dexterity throws, you're able to use this every single time.
Yeah, you're just
So-
backhanding spring away
Yeah,
from
just
every single
everything.
Yeah, it's fun.
Absolutely. So also at level 7, we also get reliable talent.
Yeah,
This is a very cool thing too. So whenever you make an ability check that uses one of your skills or tool proficiencies, you're now never going to be able to roll less than a 10. So if you rolled a 9 through 1, it automatically becomes a 10.
yeah,
So theoretically speaking, in this regard, you will never have a critical failure in this stature. Everything will automatically become a 10, and you get to add your bonus on top of that. You
Yeah.
know? So now you have some of those. You'll have a flat 20 all the time
yep. Oh yeah,
or more.
and that is as long as you're proficient in it. That's the only caveat.
Yeah, correct.
You can't do it for every single stat.
Correct.
That's Bard territory. But at the end of the day, you do still have the ability to never fail a stealth check.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you say you use your ASI levels, your level 4, 8, 12, and 16 to chase some other proficiencies, like you could have a lot of
Oh yeah.
blimps on that page that
Yeah.
are circled in.
You could really become a skill monkey
Yeah.
and have no issues in doing anything.
Because, for example, the feat skilled, is it 2 or 3?
I'm pretty sure
It's
you
multiple.
gain an extra 2 proficiencies, and then you
Yeah.
also get an expertise, if I'm not mistaken.
And you can stack that.
Yeah,
So, like, if you really wanted to just be that guy,
yeah. Just keep going for it and get.
You could have-
Yeah,
it'd be quite cool. Not cool. I don't know. Maybe not. It'd be a lot. Proficiency, I guess every single roll would always be good.
yeah. God, that'd be so annoying to be a player in that party with just this savant at everything for no reason.
Yeah, no reason.
But you have that ability.
Yeah.
So have at it if you need it. Level 8, very simple. ASI ability score increase or feat. So pick and choose whatever you want to do. Wait your turn until level 9. Level 9, subclass feature. So whatever you had picked previously is going to get a heck of a lot cooler. Track records show that level 9 abilities are almost always pretty dang sweet. So level 10,
We get
not
an ASI on Rogue.
at level 10.
You do. Curious.
Really?
Yeah. You get an ASI feature at level 10. Yeah.
Okay.
So
awesome.
where other classes typically get a feature,
Mhm.
the Rogue gets a. I can't believe I missed that when we were looking at that earlier. You get an ability score improvement. How curious is that?
Yeah. Which again just leads into the fact that you can really dive into being as skilled as you possibly can.
Yeah, and by level 10 you have 3 options,
Yeah.
and then pretty soon, of course, at level 12 we're going to have another one. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of potential for growth there.
It's really cool to get that little extra boost to you just jammed in when nobody else is going to be getting
Yeah.
it.
Level 11 we get improved cunning strike.
Mhm.
So now we can use up to 2 cunning strike effects when we deal sneak attack damage, of course paying the die for each of the effect used. So you want to try to trip somebody and withdraw at the same time, you can do it.
Yeah.
And
that's no big deal because even at level 11 you have what, 5 or 6 d6 that you're rolling?
Level 11 would be 6 d6 be 1 prior to the level above and divided by 2.
So say you spend 1d6 to trip somebody and then 1d6 to poison them or whatever you need to do, you still have 4 more d6 to deal whatever kind of damage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're still popping damage.
Yeah.
And your ability and just to move around and do these different things. It's very interesting because there's a whole subclass in the fighters that is based around maneuvers, and you kind of just get it built into your class now as a rogue.
Yeah.
And we'll break into that more. So after that, you get level 12, which is another ASI level. So again, just deep diving further in.
Absolutely. 13 is another subclass feature. So again, you just got to keep making your character a little bit cooler in whatever specialty it is that they have. Level 14, Devious Strikes.
Devious Strikes.
It is rather devious.
It does become devious, that's for sure.
It's very devious because what's happening is you get more effects of your cunning. Sorry, not your cunning strike. No, it is cunning strike.
It's cunning strike.
Sorry, I thought it was the earlier one, the cunning action.
Oh.
No. So you get more cunning strike options. You always have the previous ones, but now you can do daze, which costs 2d6. What daze does is the target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or on its next turn, it can only do one of the following: an attack, a bonus action, or movement. So limits what they can do. There are spells and abilities elsewhere that give you that feature, but this is allowing the rogue to impose that upon anybody at any time, be that them not being able to move for that time in terms of a chase scene. Awesome. You gotta lock that person down. Or if they can only choose between an action or a bonus action. That's pretty devastating in a fight.
Absolutely.
You're messing with the DM's action economy, which truly at the end of the day, that's what combat is all about.
Yeah.
So
you hit something like that on like a very large creature that you guys are, facing 1v4, 1v5.
yeah,
And so now all of a sudden he has to pick. A DM can go, well, darn, I can only do one thing.
exactly.
You might as well just said, hey DM, just skip your turn potentially.
You can also choose knockout. Knockout costs 66. It is a very high cost for this one because that's going to be most of your dice at that point for your sneak attack. But what it does do is the target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or it has the unconscious condition for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. That unconscious target does get to repeat that save at the end of each of its turn. If it succeeds, it ends that effect. But at the end of the day, you're at least putting them down for that full turn, ideally for quite a while. That you can keep them down. It also allows you to do other things to that unconscious individual. Tie them up, whatever needs to happen, surround them quickly so that way when they do come back to, it's just a haymaker from the left and the right and everything in between, and you're putting them right back down.
Yeah.
So huge way to turn the tides of battle with that one. It is a Constitution saving throw, unfortunately, which typically, monsters have a very high Constitution score. but at the end of the day, it can come in clutch when you need it to.
Yes.
And finally, you still get one more, and that is going to be Obscure. That one costs 3d6. What that does is the target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw, or it has the blinded condition until the end of its next turn. Another way to hamper a DM's action economy is take away that creature's ability to see and give them a disadvantage on all their attack rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great time.
And so now, with that being said, don't forget at level 11, we got the ability to now use multiple. So,
Oh yeah, no kidding.
now knockout does cost 66, which we have 76 at level 14. So theoretically speaking, all the first ones are only 1d6.
Mhm.
So you could, if you needed to, stack these on top of each other. If you needed, potentially, maybe they succeed on the knockout, but at least make them prone. Like you could have a fail-safe a little bit in here. You know, there's a lot of options now to meet these together and kind of use these how you see fit.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get some really nasty combos going between
Yeah.
just comboing out obscuring somebody and giving them disadvantage on all their attacks and then running away. They didn't even know you ran away. They
True.
maybe would have heard you. But best case scenario, they have no idea that you just left, and so they're whiffing into thin air.
Yeah. And then you stack weapon masteries on top of it.
Yeah,
Goodness.
yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Takes us to level 15.
Level 15, Slippery Mind. This one's pretty interesting because what you end up getting is a proficiency in wisdom and charisma saving throws. You didn't have it prior. That was intelligence. So you get all saving throw proficiencies in all of the mental stats. Very cool because at the end of the day, those are going to save you tenfold.
Yeah.
Be that from an effect like charm or an intelligence saving throw from a mind flare. It doesn't matter what's happening to you. You have those proficiencies to make sure that you're going to succeed.
Yeah.
Which brings us into level 16, ability score increase and or feat. This is your very last one, so spend it wisely.
Level 17 is going to be your end-all be-all for your subclass feature.
Yes.
So you'll get your last one there. Nice little cap into what your subclass is.
Mm-hmm.
And then it takes us to level 18, which is elusive.
Oh yeah.
So as long as you are not incapacitated, no attack can have advantage against you.
Say that again for the back of the class.
Yeah, as long as you're breathing and seeing, no attack is going to have advantage against you. A very interesting one. It's
Yeah.
really playing on the whole, you're a rogue, slippery, elusive, so keen to the situation at this point. You're such an expert in that ability to read and judge that situation
Yeah.
that you can never have the upper hand on me. I'm eye to eye with you.
It's crazy. I had to double take this one because I thought it always gave you advantage, which is pretty crazy. No, it makes sure that you never get attacked with advantage. Words escape me. That's all I need to say.
Yeah, it's a very strong one. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
it's level 18, so you're going to have to be up there. Maybe you have a
Yes.
late-term campaign where you're running on those in levels. Maybe it's a long-term campaign. You finally get to this. Yeah, good gravy. But you start stacking that with the other abilities that you have in the previous. You are as it says, you are elusive.
Yeah. Just not having advantage against you at any point is a huge bonus to your character. Again, it's just going to give you that awkward staying power that on paper doesn't seem to be there with that D8 Constitution saving throw or the D8 of the Constitution for your hit dice. But you now can evade things, have damage by doing your uncanny dodge, and then just make sure no one can attack you with advantage. Other rogues are never going to get sneak attack against you. You can basically just them at every turn.
Interesting.
Yeah. You become the master of the rogues.
That's interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ultimate middle finger to all the other rogues in your party or in your guild or coming against you because at this point you're a top level assassin
That is true.
that probably has some enemies. So,
Sneaky goblin.
yeah, no kidding.
19?
19 is classically your epic boon or feat. Get with your DM on this one because they're really going to help guide you what that looks like.
Level 20 is
Capstone.
our capstone.
Yeah.
I went off on the ranger one.
You did.
It's not quite that bad. I'm not the biggest fan of this. So if you fail a D20 test, meaning, say the DC was, you've rolled below the DC, that you automatically get a 20. You get to use it once per short rest and or long rest. So, you can't get it again in a normal day if you take a short rest. I think it's good. I think it's strong. I just don't. I mean, I get the whole point of it being stroke of luck, kind of being the elusive range of like a rogue. I just don't feel like it's a very good thematic end to a rogue. And that's where I struggle with it a little bit.
I'm definitely there with you. It doesn't feel like a level 20 feature to me.
Yeah.
If this was a level 15 feature, and you just basically swapped Slippery Mind into the level 18 feature, and then level 18 is your capstone, that makes total sense because, if you can never have advantage against you, that's capstone's ability right there.
Yeah, that's much more like you're talking about something that it can affect every single round in combat.
Yeah.
Compared to like something that you can use one time.
Yes, and it's one roll. It can be in combat.
Yeah.
Which, because it's a D20 test.
It is a test.
Yeah.
So you're correct.
If you really need that attack to hit, or if you really need to make that saving throw, or that check, whatever, it's really convenient to be able to just turn that into a 20 at any point.
And admittedly, I guess I just didn't think about that being a D20 test. I was just thinking of being saving throws. It does open the doors more being a D20 test. At least you're right. Like if you needed to make that hit, you're level 20. You do have 10d6 at your disposal now, plus your weapon. So you can pop some damage if it needed to happen. I just, at the end of the day, it just doesn't feel... I feel like those capstones should really just have that nice thematic finish to the character.
Yeah. To make you feel like a master that is second to none, because really, who's making it to level 20?
Yeah, unfortunately, right? We wish for it and we hope for it, but it is very hard. It is a hard thing to do.
It is.
The more people you have around the table and the more characters you have at level 20.
Yeah.
That's nightmare fuel for me as a DM.
The game changes after level 14. Let's put it straight.
Yeah, it's tough. And it is tough to balance. But it works, obviously. But it's just something I kind of feel like it could be just a little bit more thematic. Like something that just really feels, I am a master rogue.
Yeah.
You
It feels like they had the right idea, but not quite the right execution. Yeah. You definitely could have given them a little bit something more, but it's better than Ranger.
Yeah.
Nobody's blowing up about how bad this capstone is.
Yes, special shout out to the gentleman, I believe was that commented on the last video, saying that he also thought it sucked too.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yes.
A new segment here I'm going to throw at you.
Uh-oh.
Where do you rank Rogue on everything so far?
I'd probably put it in like maybe the upper 3 of the classes. I just personally really love mobility and the ability to use everything on your turn. Yeah. Action, movement, bonus action. Nothing is more frustrating to me than being like, well, cool, I used my action, like we were talking about earlier. I get it, at some point you do have your bonus actions and whatever, and you got to get creative, but the rogue is just handing that to you on a silver platter. It says, you are borderline limitless in what you can do in combat. There's so many avenues to get you wherever you need to go, so it's not my favorite class in the world. No one's going to knock Monk down, and you can't change my mind on that. But I think it's easily 2 or 3.
I'm going to agree with you. I actually do think it's tied probably for me at the moment in that 1 to 2 spot. I think 2024 Monk is phenomenal.
It's so good.
I think they did such a great job to really break that class down and make you feel like a monk from 1 to 20.
Yeah.
But I think the changes that they made to Rogue, I really like the cutting action changes. It really makes you feel special, and I do think I tend to agree that the fact that from the start of your turn to the end of your turn, all the doors are always open on every single time you get an action economy. So like whether it be an action, bonus action, or movement, everything feels like the door's open.
Yeah.
You don't ever feel like in 2014, how many times did DM go, do you have a bonus action? And the guy goes, I don't have a bonus action, so nope. You know, that's more common than not. I can remember when we first started playing, and I would ask that question all the time, and I almost felt like it was nuanced. It was just very respectful to the player, but I know the answer. You don't have anything.
Yep.
You have just as much bonus action opportunity as you do, but action opportunity as a rogue.
You really do.
What you can do is unreal. So yeah, I really think 2024 Rogue is S tier to me. I love the aspects of it. Now, obviously, there's some subclasses also a very important part of that conversation. But overall, as a rogue, I think is a very good.
I agree.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put it S tier just because the capstone really falls off for me. They could have done
that's a good call out.
Anything. I mean, honestly, even just to go the route of some of the other classes where they kind of take that lazy, here's a +4 to these two ability scores. You know, if it's dexterity and intelligence or whatever it be, where it goes past the max of 20. Could you imagine having at bare minimum a 24 in your dexterity? So it's a plus, what would that be? A +6, right?
+7.
+7?
Yeah, 14 over 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, +7 on top of at that time what your proficiency is +6 too. So you'd have like your expertise skills would be 12 plus 19. Oh
yeah.
And I think I'm perfectly fine with like it just being like a dexterity plus on top of what that D20 test rule is.
Yeah.
Like give you two things. So something that really feels like you've accomplished that rogue mastery of I am dexterous, and given that dexterity, I now can morph that into being positive on my D20 test.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the kind of stuff to me that helps finish that off.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the kind of, you said it, lazy finish. You just go, well, you get a +4 in strength and strength and con for barbarian,
Yep,
right?
yeah.
So like, okay, come on, guys, you know?
Yeah, that's my other caveat is I do like the ability features that give you something more than just that.
Yes.
Because I think even Monk was just a +4 to your dexterity and wisdom, which is huge, especially when that determines your spell save or your DCs, your armor class, and everything in between for Monk.
You're correct.
It's still very good, but at the end of the day, you don't feel like you got any more monkey than you got monk, you know?
Yeah.
At least with this, you do feel more roguish. They could just be more powerful at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And just a little bit of punch up on both aspects. Capstone abilities, I feel like oddly fall off, you know? And maybe it's just Wizards of the Coast going, are you really going to get there? Do we care that much? Because you're never going to be a level 20.
That is true, you know? And I will say, I think Paladin does I kind of think at this point, it makes a much better finish to say, if they want to do something simple for a class feature at level 20,
yeah,
that's fine. But you should add a class feature from the subclass.
Yes.
Not class. Yes, subclass feature that capstones. And then now you feel like you're becoming an expert because you've delved all this time into this subclass. And then because you stayed in that subclass from level 3 to 20, you get this.
I do like that idea, actually. I think that would really be a lot better is if your capstones were just your +4s to 2 abilities, like your saving throw proficiencies that you get to start with. And then your actual capstone is subclass based. That would be a very nice change.
Yeah.
It's a lot to think about.
Is that it completely adds that thematic element we all want and see on that. And it's very specific to your subclass. So, but you also get that nice bump from being whatever your class is in general. So yeah, even if it was just like a +4 to your main stat.
Yeah.
Just one main stat, you know. But hey, we'll shoot an email to Wizards because I'm sure they're going to reply to us.
Yeah, obviously.
We'll be in 60 in about 25 years.
Oh, actually, I just got a notification here on my watch that says they agree. We were right.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, I'm going to steal the words out of his mouth. Get down in the comments and let us know. Have you played a rogue yet in 2024? Or are you about to play a rogue in 2024? We'd love to know what your thoughts are. Any suggestions about how you liked our format? How about that?
Yeah.
Give us a comment down there.
How about that?
Special thank you to Jason Wardell of Invest Force for this music you hear behind you.
Yes, sir.
Special thank you to Roll for Sketching for all the cool art that she does for us. Another special shout out to Turtle Tabs by Boba Book, to Boba Books, because they make Turtle Tabs as your continued partnership with us. Thank you so much.
And a special thank you to you, viewers like you. Thank you.
So if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, but do it sneakily.
Yes.
Roll a stealth check.
Yeah, see if anybody notices if you hit the subscribe button.
We've got pretty good perception, so we might.
Yeah.
Hit the like button. And check us out next Saturday. And if not, check us out on Wednesday. I know you're looking for that new podcast where we play one-on-one D&D.
I was about to ask, have you ever seen a one-on-one Dungeons and Dragons campaign? If not, you should check it out because surely you got one friend that keeps telling you they want to play, but you just can't get that table together at the same time. Man, scheduling it with one person at a time, that's pretty easy.
It is pretty easy.
So check out Wednesdays for Commander's Log and just give it a shot yourself. Not only the podcast, but also trying one-on-one Dungeons
Absolutely,
and Dragons.
yeah. We will definitely be strong proponents of you to go try it.
Yeah.
It took a little bit of work, but once you kind of feel the little nuanced stuff that changes from having a party to a one, it flows awesomely.
It does.
So,
But we digress.
Yeah.
We will finally get out of here. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in every single day that you can because you love us.
and until next time,
See ya.
see ya.